The poor support system provided by the Papua New Guinea Defence Force has failed soldiers at our borders. They are continuously left without food, fuel and allowance to carry out their duties, depending entirely on provincial authorities. Western Governor Ati Wobiro raised this concern in Parliament today, following similar situations faced by soldiers at the WM border in Western Province.
Can the Honourable Minister assure the Honourable House that sufficient funds will be set aside in 2015 budget for a more permanent base in WM and a more reliable support system for the soldiers protecting our international borders?
Defence Minister Dr. Fabian Pork says the problem lies with the Pngdf system. There are two heads in charge, the commander who is in charge of the force, while the Defence Secretary is in charge of the finance. The commander only has to request for funding through the Secretary, who determines whether there is funding available to support Pngdf operations.
And the financial delegation rests with the Secretary of the Defence Force. And the commander can only request. And if the priorities are different, then sometimes soldiers do suffer.
Dr. Pork wants this review to allow the commander to be in charge of both the force and the finance. He says border operations are budgeted for, but failed to understand why funds are not readily available to support soldiers. Every year, the government allocates 30 million kina to the Papua New Guinea Defence Force. Much of this funding is used to maintain Pngdf facilities throughout the country, which has depleted for 30 years.
Command and control can only come when the soldiers are happy. And when the soldiers are happy, meaning that they must have proper uniforms, proper house to live, and so forth and so on. Like now, the tender process has been completed. In a few days, in a few weeks, we will be supplying to every household, Defence Force household in Papua New Guinea, one new fridge, one new stove, and one new washing machine.
Papua New Guinea Defence Force is building its manpower to reach its target of 5,000 men by 2017, with recruitments done every 6 months. This is in line with the government's objectives, and in so doing, the minister has called for more funding. Mickey Cavera, National EMTV News.